B group, you're at home today. We are here. They're mocking me. Yay. The person who chooses whether or not you have a curve is not the person you should be mocking.
Right.
Huh. Yes, rude. Okay, so I did put your test scores in on the MMS. Mercy. So the high score was 23 out of 30. I can't curve an AP class. Kid, can you turn that light on, please? Thank you, female student. Nah, turn it off. I like the way I look better without it. I gotta bring my ring light in.
Your selfie ring light.
Yep, from when I make my TikToks.
I have one.
Yep, there we go. Was I actually doing one? I didn't know. No.
I don't know how to like do any.
I don't know how to do any of them. They don't show up on my TikTok. Other stuff show up on my TikTok. Yeah. So tomorrow when you're in here, I'm going to give you these papers. We're going to start working on these for some extra points. That way, there you go. You can see it kind of. And yeah, we got to do that. Also, you two who are at home today, I sent you an email. Please log into that. It's an interactive thing for virtual labs. Please set up your account. There's an assignment in there. You do not need to do that assignment yet. That's going to be for next Wednesday, like the 23rd. That's going to be your assignment that day. But do make sure that you do that, please. There is so much activity happening right there right now. There are lots of people on the softball field, and there's like people who are, I don't understand, people who are aides who are out there that I see working around. What are they? Oh, they're lifting that up. Huh. Man, all kinds of things are happening over there. There's like a dump truck and another truck. I don't even know what's going on, but I can't stop watching. Huh, I know. What are they? Oh, they're fixing it, ready to go. Huh, I just want to drive that tractor.
Maybe middle school softball has a game.
Are they fun?
Yes. They're a little scary at first, but because you have to relearn how to drive, but it's kind of fun afterwards.
Is it? Yeah, it does look like a fun time.
Especially if they go super fast.
Yeah, I do like to watch him when he goes like down the hill and then he like, and then goes back up. I like to watch that. All right, let's talk about chapter 2. So now that we are back here, what else am I gonna say? I was talking to Mr. Robinson this morning. He kind of wants us to do live for AP. I'm really struggling with that. We're gonna have to have a talk as a class about that. I don't know, because I like the idea that everybody is here, but I also don't like the idea that you can't rewatch if you need to, or that you have to if you have, like Grace's Landing was out and didn't have power for like a whole day.
If you do
So
Zoom meetings, you can record it within the actual Zoom app.
yeah, but then
I
that
don't know
stuff
if
at
we-
Trinity happened. Do you know about the stuff at Trinity?
No.
Oh, somebody hacked 3 classrooms and showed pornography and
Nice.
racial slurs and
Oh, great.
yeah. A couple of my church mom friends are, oh, that hurt. Oh,
They're not
quads
very
are sore.
happy.
My church mom friends are teachers at Trinity. They were talking about it. I guess they got this email Thursday and it was like, stop all live classes immediately. So then they're like, oh, what's going on? And then they found out what happened. So,
That's terrible.
yeah. All right, chapter 2. Child who I can't say your name, male offspring that I'm looking at. You're not my offspring, but you're your mom's offspring. Anyway, how familiar, you have not taken chemistry, or have you taken chemistry?
I have not.
Okay. Okay, good. Cool. Awesome. Cool.
Great.
Yay.
Isn't it really cool, or you just...
Awesome.
No, she wants to come in.
I don't want to kill you. Oh, he's weed whacking the field. There. Man. I'm going to be out there. Oh, there's a bulldozer now. Maybe it's a backhoe. I don't know what it is. My gosh, there's lots of activity happening. All right, so this chapter we are talking about chemistry. This is going to be the one that leads up to our next chapter, which is the biochemistry chapter. One of the things, are you worried? You just look sad now. Okay. Don't be sad. Are you sad about this class?
Yeah,
Don't be sad about this class. You're gonna do okay.
I'm
You got it.
I'm good. I'm good.
We are gonna rally around you, and we are gonna.
Let's
just kidding.
We don't
Yeah.
need to do
That's it. We're gonna yeah, exactly. Before a test, we're gonna get in there and like,
We don't.
on 3, go AP. I could also do cheers. Fun Mrs. Kania fact, I was a cheerleader.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, I know.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
shy.
Yes, I was
No.
for many, many years. So I could do cheers for you.
Can
Are you
you
sure?
do the kicks and everything?
Yeah. But I mean, it was Christian school, so we were culottes instead of like.
Not us.
So right.
Not,
So
yeah.
they weren't short, and we like couldn't do anything.
Couldn't-
like
There was
shake
no-
anything.
Bring them all the way up to like your boobs so everything was exposed.
No, they like sometimes it would get a little scandalous, and you could see our knees.
Oh.
Right. We had to be careful with our kicks, though, to make sure that you like had like spanked, like not like just spanks, but like shorts
Like bike
underneath,
shorts.
like bike shorts to your knee underneath, so nobody saw anything that they shouldn't see.
Like your calves. or
Like your
thighs.
knees, your thigh, right.
Thighs.
Whew. The good thing that is a little different on the AP exam as opposed to on the Keystone exam, if you remember from biology, a big chunk of the Keystone was the biochemistry stuff. You don't remember because you didn't take it,
Yeah.
or you? You may be taking it in December. Governor Wolf is trying to make that decision.
No.
Yay, not you. You would take it like in May.
I know, but still, no.
But still, yay. So it won't be as tight. It won't be as much on the biochemistry section. So the AP exam is a little bit more on evolution and ecology. So that's a little better for you guys. See, does that make you feel better?
Sure.
Aw. Do you need a hug? I'm not going to give you a hug. I'll have her give you a hug.
I'm good.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%
Okay. All right. Okay. So we're looking, here's this introduction. This one is talking about the rattlebox moths. They produce lots of different chemicals. Here you can see they're releasing some chemicals. I believe that is their chemical defense for killing things that come around that could hurt them. That's them mating. I don't know. I saw lots of things mating over the summer that I had to try to explain to my children. I'm not ready to explain. This is not mating related, but I was at a bonfire with the church on Saturday night, and the family has horses, and this one horse came up, and I've not really been around horses very much, but this horse really liked me, and she kept like bringing her head in for like hugs and stuff. She just wanted me to pet her head, and like I'd hold her head here and just rub her snout or whatever. Yeah, her nose and everything, and she was really nice. And I'm doing that, and one of the other little girls, she's 7, she like looks like this. She's like, "Hey, look, it's a girl," because she doesn't have a. And then she like yells it. It's like, "Oh, cool, yep, you are correct. That is definitely a girl horse." Yeah. So, but one year when we were there, we did see 2 cows mating. Yes. And we are like, "Huh, look at that. That's a fun time."
I've never seen that.
Really? Well, not 2 cows, but a bull and a cow. So, yeah. We talk a lot about the chemicals, the chemistry, because not only is it involved in all of the reactions that take place in your body, it's what your body's made up of. Living organisms are composed of about 25 different elements. We'll hit that in 1 second. Matter, what life is composed of, occupies space, has mass. That is different than your weight. Why? What is the big difference between mass and weight? What's one thing affects your weight that does not affect your gravity? Right. So gravity affects your weight, and gravity does not affect your mass. So if you go to the moon, your mass doesn't change, but your weight would change because the force of gravity is less on the moon. The majority of you is made of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. And in the different arrangements, those make up your carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids that make up everything else that makes up you. You do have some things that are called trace elements that you need Some examples are fluorine. What do you need fluorine for?
Your teeth.
Your teeth. It helps make your teeth harder. They do put fluoride, which is fluorine combined with oxygen in water supplies. It is not to subdue the population, as some people think. It is for to harden your teeth. What about iodine?
They use that like
Iodine,
clean
salt.
things.
In salt. They use what?
Don't they use it to clean things? Like when they do
Oh.
surgeries or whatever, they like clean yourself with it.
Yes,
What?
the brownish, yellowish, orangish, reddish stuff. Where is my
Yes.
The
That
clean
stuff.
goo.
Is the iodine that they use to clean you. Back in my day, when I was a kid, you would, if I like got a cut on the playground, I would go to the school secretary, who was also the school nurse, and she would have this little bottle, and it was like a glass bottle with an eyedropper bottle, and it was a little glass bottle of iodine, and she'd put like iodine on your cuts, and it's like burned really bad, and then she'd put a Band-Aid on it. Why do you need iodine? Does anybody know?
Salt.
You get it from salt. So throughout the human history of mankind was going places that live near the water. So as we were like humans, I can't tell. People who are at home, I need to know if you can hear my earring hitting, because I think you can hear my earring hitting as I'm talking, because I hear it. I don't know, it's bothering me. Throughout the history of man, we were nomadic. So before the agricultural revolution, whenever we domesticated animals and plants, we would travel wherever we needed to travel to get the food that we needed to get. However, we would generally stay along the like waterways, just because we needed water. It's easy to navigate down the waterways. You could always find food. Our bodies need iodine. Our bodies need iodine for our thyroid glands that are here. As we started to become more agricultural, we started to colonize places and settle. Then we stopped eating so many like water creatures because we didn't need to, because we had a cow or a sheep or whatever it is that we could eat. And what was I going to say? We started to see a problem with goiters. What's a goiter?
Yeah.
A goiter is an enlarged thyroid gland. Looks like this. I haven't seen one in years. So that, you can't really tell too much that she has one. You can tell that she has one. You can see that. Sometimes they get really, really big.
That's all. There's a Dr. Pimple Popper.
It is not. Oh, there's a big giant one.
Don't you
Somebody said that it's like Dr. Pimple Popper. It is not like Dr. Pimple Popper. It's not like a cyst. It's not like a fluid-filled pus cavity at all. It is
Thyroid.
just the thyroid gland that gets enlarged.
Do they fix that?
Not really, because it's your thyroid gland and you can't really remove it. I mean, you can, but it's not awesome if you remove it.
So it just stays huge forever?
Yeah.
Ew.
So I think it can shrink a little bit if you start ingesting some iodine, but not like a ton. So, or like give you medicines to help it kind of go down. Everybody in the classroom right now is like this, feeling their stuff. Well, not all of them. You still just look sad. Do you? I don't have any candy.
I'm fine.
Do you want a protein bar?
You wanna have?
It's Corona time.
I don't even know what else I have.
I'll come watch the game with
They're
you.
dating.
I'm fine. It's not. I'm just chilling.
Be happy.
I am happy. I'm tired.
I like the force and the anger that she just used to say "be happy." That was
Please.
awesome.
Be happy.
Um,
Angry.
They are zooming out there today. Time to turn it. Okay. Oh, I want to ride that thing so bad. That looks like so much fun.
There.
So.
Thank you for more.
So anyway, as we started to see these goiters that were starting to come out, then we started to have a problem. And I just need to, this is going to get time out for a second. I'm going to just drink my thing here. Sludge. It looks like sludge shade. Like really looks like sludge.
Drink your tar.
Mm-hmm. Like totally like sludge, but it's delicious. All right, that calmed me down. So, as people started to get goiters, then because they weren't eating the salt or eating the iodine that they needed, we started putting iodine in salt. So it was not a problem. And then I don't know, about 5 years ago, we stopped eating regular salt. You can mask a break too. What did people replace table salt with?
Cooking salt.
Cooking salt? I don't know what that is, but maybe.
They just replaced it with like sodium.
No, because if you
Straight
put
up
sodium in water,
Yeah. that would
what's
be
those
fine.
other kinds of fancy salts?
Sea salt.
Sea salts. People started eating sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Have you ever seen that? Instead, and it doesn't have the iodine, so we started to see thyroid issues again. So then they had to be, I think it was Dr. Oz is like a big proponent. You know who Dr. Oz is?
He's a fake doctor.
Yeah, he's a what?
He's a fake doctor.
He's not a fake doctor, so I thought for a long time he was a fake doctor. He's not. He's actually like a really, really well-respected cardiovascular surgeon. And in that book that I read about death, he talked a lot about,
It's Dr.
Stuff.
Phil who's a fake doctor.
I think Dr. Phil is the fake doctor. Yeah. But Dr. Oz is for real, like a very well-respected, super high level, like if you have a heart problem, you want Dr. Oz to like do surgery on you.
Dr. Oz just sounds like a name that would be just.
Sounds fake.
It reminds me
Yeah.
of like the story, Dorothy or whatever it is. It goes with the
Wizard
magic.
of Oz?
That one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, I was being stupid.
I forgot to turn my thing off. Is it still filming? Yes.
Is it recording?
It is still recording, yeah. I got a text and I didn't know if it was there. So my friend in Portland, and did I tell you this? The fires are real bad in Portland. And
Oh, yeah,
she
they're all starting back up again.
evacuated to Washington State. And then she texted us yesterday that a lot of that had been cleared. So her husband stayed home with the house. And I think she might be going back. That was just from her. I didn't read what it said. Right?
Yeah, but-
Valid. I don't remember what the rest of our text
But
group
I
text
saw
was
like all
about.
the fires were getting real bad up there again.
Is it again? I mean, this is the first I've heard from her this morning because it's only like 8 o'clock there. 9 o'clock.
They were
Yeah.
still sleeping.
Yeah, because she's at somebody else's house right now. Her girls have been back to school for one day, and then they had like fire day, and then another fire day.
Fire day.
Fire day, even though they're online, they
Fire kids.
yeah, everybody's like evacuated or not there. So, do you take your Chromebook with you? That would not be on the top of my list of things to
Nope.
take.
I would leave that dumb thing behind.
Yeah. Okay, question. I want to put stickers on my laptop. How angry
Get a
would they
case-
be?
Get a case first.
This new one that you
Yeah.
got?
Do the stickers come off? They don't
Yeah.
come
Get
off.
a
do they?
case first.
Wait, teachers got their own laptop?
Yeah.
Yes. They'll come off,
Get a
especially
case.
when they're the aluminum-ish chassis like they are. It's just they don't want you doing it because they're brand new. And
If you go, like,
if
clear
you don't
case,
take
like,
them
on-
off properly and like use nail polish remover or stuff if you have to pull it off, it'll leave the sticky residue crap that.
If you got a clear case,
But there are people like you to take it off.
if you got a clear
Or what I
case,
do.
I'm kidding.
I just use temporary vinyl and put on it.
Oh, you can put
It doesn't
vinyl?
even stick.
Okay.
It just vacuums on.
Okay.
That's how I did all
I
that.
just want mine to look fancy. That's all.
you could.
I don't wanna
if you
look at
just
just
maybe like a clear case for it, like that person said. Then you could just put stickers on the case, and then when they were done,
I didn't
don't
know
make-
that was a
They
thing.
don't make specific cases for those latitudes. They're brand new and they're latitudes, not anything fancy.
Okay. I will.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I won't put stickers. I was looking at her upside down stickers, and that's what made me.
Her
go.
upside down.
Well, you should if you put like
Yeah.
the non-stick.
The non-stick
vacuum
vinyl, okay.
If she got
I didn't
goofed
know.
up her laptop.
I think it's adorable.
Then,
Okay.
then after you get a little bit of air
So you
in
put it
the
on
corner,
like
it'll
this
just
and
all pop off.
Okay. Dietary deficiencies in the trace elements can cause problems like goiters, not hard enough teeth, etc. Iron is one as well. What do you need iron for?
Rough.
So your poop's not green.
No, not pumping iron. Because your
Um.
poop's not green? Does iron make your poop green?
Too much.
I don't know that
I
fact.
didn't think.
But I'm gonna have to look that up.
Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Just break
So
down.
you need it because it binds to oxygen so that you can carry oxygen in your blood. So you do need all of these different ones. Elements combine to form compounds. Compounds in a fixed ratio. Compounds are atoms in a fixed ratio. So you take 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen, it makes water. You take sodium and chlorine, it makes salt.
My back.
The smallest particles that retain all those properties are of an atom. They are an atom. Atoms have positive protons, neutrons, and negative electrons. So the protons and neutrons are going to be in the middle of the nucleus, and then the electrons orbit. So one of the things with the electron orbitals is that when they're in those shells, even though we call it a shell or we call it an orbital, and that makes us think of like the planets orbiting, what happens if the Earth gets out of orbit?
It dies.
We die, because we're either going to burn to death or we're going to freeze to death. Electron orbitals aren't like that. Electron orbitals are kind of like moths or like bugs, how they kind of form, they like move in these amorphous like shapes, kind of like that, okay, buzzing around a light, right? So they are still just around the electron, around the nucleus, but not necessarily in a set pattern, even though we draw them in set patterns. The atom, the element, is going to be determined by the number of protons. So when we look at it, the atomic number is the number of protons. If it has 6, no selfies! I don't care if it's for... Fine.
I'm not sad.
The atomic number is the number of protons. If it has 6 protons, then it's going to be carbon. If it has 7 protons, then it's nitrogen. If you have carbon and add a proton, it's no longer carbon, now it's nitrogen. The symbol, there's the name. The atomic weight or the atomic mass is going to be the number of protons and neutrons. Not all of the elements or not all of the atoms have the same number of protons and neutrons, so we end up with what are called isotopes.
Is there that pep quiz for us on Thursday?
And isotopes is where we're going to pick up tomorrow. Yes, there is a vocabulary quiz for you on Thursday over numbers 1 through 10. Thank you, I forgot to tell you that.
I saw it and I was like, maybe it's just for the other like biology
Yes,
class.
no, that is for you guys as well. Okay, so tomorrow when you're on the line, you'll watch the video and you will start working on these. B group, you're going to get these tomorrow. They won't be due until the test. So the day of the test, those will also be due.
Okay.
That way you can work on them at your own pace. Any questions? B group, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's a very special day for somebody in B group. It's somebody's birthday tomorrow. Woo! We can't say whose birthday it is because this goes on the internet. But we remember.
Dad.
Bye. Dad's birthday's tomorrow. Yep. See you guys.